Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Non-Boss Audits and Investigations. And in this episode of the Scientology Chronicles, we are going to review a letter that L. Ron Hubbard Jr., Nibs was what they called him. His nickname was Nibs. And he wrote a letter back in 1972, I believe it is. And the letter that he wrote was to the Attorney General of New Jersey. And we are going to jump right in. And we are going to go through this letter that he wrote to the Attorney General. And this letter really lays out everything about Scientology and everything that Scientology was, how it operates. But I think you're going to be surprised of how much he told the government and how much they have known since 1972 about this cult and how it operates. Dear Sir, it has come to my attention that there exists at present a group of people selling and promoting an applied philosophy called Scientology in Burlington, New Jersey. I further understand that there are several complaints filed at various levels of government in this state by people who have been harmed in various degrees by the Scientology Center and the practices of this religious, quote unquote, religious cult. In my opinion, these complaints have some validity. I could be considered by some to be an expert on the subject of Scientology, its structure, corporations, and methods. Therefore, I believe there could possibly be a basis of civil and or criminal investigation and prosecution. I spent 12 years in Scientology helping to create and promote the big lie. It has been a long time since I've asked anyone to believe me or to take my word for anything or ramble rouse. I believe that the only method to expose the true nature of this dangerous quote unquote science is to present only facts and documents from multiple sources. The only thing I request you take is to thoroughly and independently investigate the matter and take whatever lawful action the evidence indicates. To assist you towards this, I am furnishing you with some basic information and background source material. The first major book on the subject, Dianetics, The first major book on the subject, Dianetics, Modern Science of Mental Health by L. Ron Hubbard, was written at Bay Head, New Jersey in 1949. The Hubbard Dianetic Research Foundation was incorporated in 1950 at Elizabeth, New Jersey. Shortly thereafter, it was forced to close down and move out of state by legal action based on, I believe, by practicing medicine without a license. Note, L. Ron Hubbard turned Dianetics into Scientology in March of 1952 at Phoenix, Arizona. Because of civil and government action, the Hubbard Association of Scientologists has formed, and later the Hubbard Association of Scientology International. HASI was created. In mid-1953, the HAS moved to Camden, New Jersey. Note, I believe it was an Arizona corporation registered to conduct business in the state of New Jersey. Note, Again, due to civil and government actions, and for the only reason that it afforded a better tax structure and ease of operation, Scientology was incorporated as a religion. In the latter part of 1953, October, November, and December, at Camden, New Jersey, the following corporations were created by L. Ron Hubbard: the Founding Church of Scientology, the Church of American Science, the Church of Human Engineering. Note, I believe they are presently inactive, being superseded by other corporations in other states, including Washington, D.C. Since Scientology is continually revisiting its past and public image, they deny the existence of these corporations. But these New Jersey corporations are, in fact, the first quote unquote religious setup. You will notice in some of the following sources I am furnishing certain discrepancies in this regard. The researchers cannot be faulted because they were and are confronted with a highly complex, hidden, and interlocking organization and corporation structures. And again, due to civil and government action and pressure in February of 1954, Scientology moved back to Phoenix, Arizona, and then on to Washington, D.C. Note, as an interesting sidelight, the existence of the religious corporations was a carefully guarded secret kept from the HASI membership for several months for fear they would leave by the droves. We had to create a carefully designed propaganda campaign to slowly gain their acceptance that Scientology was a religion. There was a general resistance to this idea. Additional sources of information are: this by no means is a complete list. These books are Scientology, The Now Religion by George Malko, The Scandal of Scientology by Paulette Cooper, The Mind Benders by Cyril Vesper, Inside Scientology by Robert Kaufman, an article, Scientology by Alan Levy of Life magazine. Attorneys, Mr. Paul Reingold of New York, New York, Mr. Michael Sanders of Washington, D.C. Radio shows, The Larry Josephson Show, WBAI-FM in New York, New York. The Barry Farber Show from New York, New York. Government. Internal Revenue Service. They disallowed the church's tax-exempt status in 1967. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, Food and Drug Administration, Department of Justice. Among the many illegal and or unethical practices Scientology engages in, regardless of what their literature states and their protestations to the contrary, is their standard procedure to acquire as much information as possible on each and every member. I mean, every possible detail of their personal, family, educational, financial, and professional life. The member is told that his file is completely confidential, but in reality, portions and sometimes copies of his complete file are sent to Scientology headquarters in Los Angeles, East Grinstead, Sussex, England, and their 350-foot ship, the Apollo, presently berthed at Tangiers, Morocco. Plus, the files are open to many people within the Scientology Center the file originated from. L. Ron Hubbard lives on that ship and runs Scientology from it. When someone tries to leave Scientology, speaks out against it, or commits a Scientology crime, that member's file is used against him to gain his silence, cooperation, money, and to get him to rejoin. Further, his confidential file is used to harass, intimidate, and coerce. Some of the ways are to reveal portions of his file to friends, family, creditors, and employers. If you need or wish additional information or documentation, please feel free to contact me. Within the perimeters of facts, truth, and documents, I offer you my fullest cooperation and assistance in this matter. L. Ron Hubbard Jr., Nibs. And Nibs also sent a copy of this letter to the American Psychiatric Association, the American Medical Association, State of New Jersey Board of Medical Examiners, Burlington County Medical Society, and Chief of Burlington County Detectives. Nibs laid it out. He gave them everything that they needed. He gave all this information to the Attorney General of New Jersey. He really lays out the entire plan of Scientology, how it started, what it's like, how it defrauds people, how they get into your lives. And he sent this to the Attorney General of New Jersey. Tell me in the comments what you think about this. Do you think that this letter should have gotten a lot more attention? Or if there's someone out there who happens to know more about this letter that he sent, and maybe there were other letters I haven't been able to come across yet, tell me in the comments what you think about this letter that Nibs wrote to the Attorney General, and I will catch you on the next one. Spread love and kindness wherever you go. No more kids in Scientology, and kids can't consent.